Hey guys, it's Alexa from Bluewoods Design. Today's project, I'm going to be featuring some of my favorite stencils from AB Studio. She's got a lot of really fun ones, and for today's project, I'm going to be using a Gelli plate. So, stencils that have nice big openings are going to be great for using your Gelli plate. You're going to want to grab that, plus a nice brayer and a huge stack of paper, because trust me, once you get started pulling prints, you're going to want to keep going. Next, you're going to just load some paint onto your Gelli plate. Less is more. You don't need to go heavy on that. And you're going to start to spread it around. Once you get a nice thin layer, you're going to wipe your brayer off on a scrap piece of paper, lay it on a stencil, and pull a print right through that stencil, pushing down into those grooves so that you get a really crisp image. Then you're going to take that stencil off and take another print. And then you're just going to keep playing. So aside from pulling prints through a stencil and then taking what's left after you pull the stencil off, there's another way that you can do it that you'll see here in a few moments. I'm going to let you kind of hang out and watch a bit and enjoy the process. So as you can see, I'm drying the paint here. What this is going to do is going to kind of set it so that when I run this white paint over top, it doesn't move the flower image that's been there from the stencil. So I'm going to lighten that white by kind of rolling off a couple layers, but then it picks up all that grungy goodness that dried previously. So that's a really fun third way to use your gel press gel plate, is by creating all of this texture below. And if you pull a print and some gets left behind, don't worry about it. That actually is going to be a really cool print later on once you let that build up and dry and you cover it with some white. So here you can see again, I'm doing a nice full color, lots of paint on there. And then I'm going to dry it so that when I put another color on top, it doesn't turn to mud. That pink just stays where it is. So the next time I'm going to choose a contrasting color. Here I'm choosing teal. I'm going to roll it out over top, taking any extra, wiping it off onto the side. and then I pull my print. And as you'll see when this one comes up, you're going to get this gorgeous little pink flower that's stuck around. And it seems there's more on the plate, so I'm going to throw some white on there again and see if I can get some more grungy goodness pulled off on this next one. So cool. So the first project that I'm going to show you using my Gelli prints involves AB Studio Stencil designed by Tandy Art. This gorgeous unicorn fairy girl, I love her so much. She's so cute. And then I'm also going to take the letters that were designed by Tandy Art as well. And I'm going to put a little message on each one. And I'll let you watch the process, but I'm making these cute little cards that are sort of either could be cards that you give to someone or you could even frame them. They'd be great in the little girl's room. But I just love how they turned out. So you can watch the process because then I'm going to embellish and I'm going to mount them. And then I'll jump back on when I'm on my next project. So the next project is going to use those full images, those full prints that I pulled, lots of color, very obvious imagery. Cut them out, and I'm going to use those as the start of a journal page. For this one, I'm going to really keep it simple. I'm going to let the flowers be the journal page pretty much on its own. I'm going to add some hand lettering to it and call it done, really. One of the things about this journal page is it's not using a ton of creativity, but it is a great way to sort of break that blank page, to get yourself going, find some creative inspiration, and suddenly, before you know it, you're finishing this, but you're ready to make something brand new again. So I always think about the fact that if you feel stuck, grab some of those prints that you've made and think, what can I do with them? Maybe just start ripping them up and using them as a background. Cut out beautiful images and make a card. Things like that will start to really get your creative juices going, and suddenly you feel inspired. And my final project using my prints. This one I'm going to use all different kinds of prints, and I'm going to take a stamp, again designed by AB Studio. It's a beautiful flower stamp, really delicate. I do get some smudges on mine because sometimes I tend to go a little too hard. But I make lots of stamps, so I end up with some really great ones to choose from. What I'm going to do, stamp all these images up. I'm going to cut them out, and I'm going to use them to embellish a card and an envelope. So I'll let you watch the process, but really, truly, a great use of maybe some of those prints that you're like, I'm not so crazy about it. But you cut out a piece of it as a flower, and suddenly it's super cute. So there you have it, folks. That's my third project using our gel press prints created with my AB Studio Stencils. As you can see, I created so many different things just from one session. So grab your stencils, get yourself a Gelli plate, and get playing, because you will have so much fun and come up with such creative ideas. Thanks for watching.